You have a mustache IRL? So you go from like facial hair Riker to clean shaven Riker. Okay. $400 of waxes and whatnot? Oh, you must have a fantastic mustache. Excellent, sir. Well, let's see what happens now in the auction. You all voted to acquire the journal. You used to run a beard and mustache contest. Oh, I'm amateur league, but that would be interesting. I've seen people can do some fantastic things with their beards and mustaches. I don't have the genes for it, but I appreciate a good facial hair. You feel that the information in the journal is essential to your interests, and you cannot help but make a bid. You place your paper with the others and hope that Mr. Warren calls your name when the amounts are compared. Pardon. All right. Well, appraise is 5%, credit rating 65. Milo's now a neutral evil druid. Let the eco-terrorism begin. Yeah, it's working for Avalanche. Professor Lycan, I want you to roll a D100, and we need a 65 or below. You need the 1 in there, 1 D100. All the die commands have the number of, an exclamation point, number of dice, D, and then the type of dice. 86. All right. Professor Lycan, do you accept failure and we pass on the journal? Do you want to spend a fickle god's favor and re-roll and roll a 1d10? Or do you want to burn, let's see, you got an 86. Do you want to burn 21 luck and auto pass? Your roll, your choice. Let it go, fickle god's favor, and roll a d10 to replace the tens unit of that 86, or do you want to? Okay. Oh, if it matters, I'm not compelling you. But people had been adding fickle god favors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7. We have 7 fickle god favors for tonight. Fickle god favors do refill in between they refill on your all's behalf in between broadcasts. Luck doesn't come back. So if you say, well, we have 7 and we could get more in the next broadcast, maybe that changes your mind. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we have 7. No, we don't have a pistol scannion. We have a briefcase, a change of underwear, some toiletries, and a newsboy cap in a 3-piece suit. We don't have a weapon unless you count our briefcase as a bludgeoning device. Okay, we pass on the journal. You placed a modest bid on the journal, thinking its unremarkable nature would prevent anyone from paying anything resembling a large sum. Clearly, you are mistaken, as another name is called, and a bright-eyed, blonde-haired youth goes to claim the book for a price that is noticeably more than what you offered. Okay. I'm opening a poll. 3 question marks at the top. Do you want to bid on cylinders, altar, crown, robe? I'm putting it as 1. We can split it off. Idol, or quit. It's now open. Get your votes in. Everybody vote. Hey, you. Yeah, you. I am looking at you. Get that vote in the poll. It's up. 3 question marks. It'll probably be at the top of chat on your mobile device. I don't know. It's somewhere. Get your vote in. What would you like to bid on next? Or do you just want to say, screw it. I lost one little thing and I'm going to go home. Well, not go home. We're going to find a hotel. Vote, 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 vote. Get your vote in. Spend 1 second, a modicum of effort to let me know what you'd like to vote on next. $11 of you have voted. It's tied up currently between Alter and Idol. Vote. Someone break this tie, please. Please break this tie. Someone vote. Vote, vote, vote now. Don't tie it. $12 people voted out of 26 watching. 4422. Alter Idol Cylinders Crown Row. All right, I am going to roll a 1d10. On a 1 through 5, it's the Altar. On a 6 through 10, it's the Idol. Seven, we are voting on the Idol next. Something draws you to the curious idol, and you feel compelled to make a bid. You notice that you're not alone in this, as the monk and one of the dark-suited men both place bids of their own into the box. You hope that yours is high enough. Mage, exclamation point, 1D100. We need a 65 or better. All right, Tony. When you do that, you steal the ability for someone else to roll, because now we're on a global cooldown. So if I call on someone to roll, I need that person to roll. Otherwise, if I left the command open, it could just be spammed. So I need you all to listen if you want to participate. I will call on who I want to roll. And if that person isn't there or isn't responding, then I'll call on someone else. But now Mage can't roll this because she is on a personal timer, which is longer than the global. So I need a third person to roll. Night Mage, I want you to roll this one. Exclamation point 1D100. $39 is below 65. Oh, wait, hang on. This one is different. Let me read again. You feel compelled to make a bid. Oh no, this one is make an appraise or credit rating at extreme difficulty. So we actually need a 13 or less. So we do not win this. Night Mage, you can either walk away, you can spend luck points, or you can use a Fickle God favor in order to get a, your only hope would be to get a 10 on a D10, so that the 3 and 39 goes to a 0. Do you want to burn luck, Night Mage, which we don't get back? Do you want to burn luck for an auto pass, or take a chance on a fickle god favor for a 1 in 10, or are you content letting the idol go to someone else? Our luck score is currently at 60. It's up here. I have it highlighted. Luck. All right, so we're spending 26. We're spending almost half of our luck in order to get the idol. Is that correct, Night Mage? Okay. We have 34 luck remaining. And this means that we have won the idol. Clearly, none of the others expected anyone to pay such a ludicrous price for a crude idol. You still can't believe how much money you offered for it, but the grotesque and misshapen thing is now yours. The monk and the men in dark suits stare daggers at you, but nobody else seems to mind or take much notice beyond a few raised eyebrows that anyone would pay such an excessive amount for such a trifling and outlandish thing. Still, when you look Amelia's way, you can tell she is quite pleased. Reduce your credit rating by 10. All right, our credit rating goes from 65 to 55. And that is going to drop if we need to make a hard or a half or fifth, hard or extreme, that value drops as well. Okay. We come back around. I'm going to be opening up another poll. Triple question marks, as per usual. We have cylinders, altar, crown, robe, or we leave the auction. One minute. It starts now. Please get your votes in. Look at the top of chat. It looks like 3 question marks. 3 question marks. Vote. Get your votes in. Question mark time. Question mark time. Vote, vote. They're clay cylinders with some sort of script on them, Professor Lycan. That's all they were described to us as. Ten people have voted. 5221. Cylinders, crown, leave the auction, altar, or robe. No one voted for robe. All right. So the next item to bid on is the cylinders. And 24 doesn't take me there, so I gotta do it manually. You write a reasonable bid for the pair of clay cylinders and place it in the box. Shortly after you do so, Mr. Warren clears the box and begins checking bids. Mage 211, I would like you to roll this, please. We now need a 55 or below to succeed. You need the 1 in there. Exclamation point, number of die, the letter D to stand for die, and then the type of die. So it has to be an exclamation point 1D100. Stops on a 14. That is successful. Because... Oh, actually, this is hard difficulty. Well, even hard difficulty, that is a 27. 14 is less than that. You have successfully won the cylinders. You muster your patience and wait for Mr. Warren to finish comparing the proposed bids for the strange clay cylinders. Thankfully, your patience pays off and you soon find them in your possession. Reduce your credit rating by 5 percentiles. Our credit rating is now at 50. And we're going to go back here. All right, I'm opening up another poll. Get ready to vote again, everyone. I'm putting more than 3 question marks. I want this to be obvious there's something going on. Do you want to bid on the altar, the crown, the robe, or leave the auction? There are 4 choices. Everyone vote. Get your votes in. I'm spamming chat with the question mark mystery box. Vote, 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 vote. Click on it. Share your opinion. Get your idea out there. This isn't a popularity contest. I don't track who votes for what. I don't literally hate you for thinking differently than other people or whatever. Have fun. Participate in something. Help build an awesome story. We're in this together. I've paid for my whole seat, but I'm only using the edge. $11 are voting this time. The altar apparently is next. All right. With 6 votes, altar it is. We go to 103. Oh, I understand, Professor Lycan, and people are allowed to lurk, but I want to motivate and inspire. Or if there's someone who might be lurking but would like to participate and be a more active part, it's a small thing to do to be active without needing to be active. You decide on a fair bid for the gemstone-studded altar and submit your offer. Not long after, Mr. Warren empties the ballot box and begins sifting through the entries. All right, Tony, if you would like to roll this one, Tony Karlstrom, we need a 50 or lower on a 1D100 roll. Survival, I can call on you for the next one. 8? In fact, is this one a hard one too? Gemstone-studded altar. Yeah, this is at a hard difficulty. 8 is less than 25. I had to click away for that to adjust. 8 is less than 25. So we successfully get the credit rating, and we succeeded. We're on a 19 now. Pardon. Finally, you hear your name called. Your bid for the altar was found to be the highest. You are now saddled with a large and bulky item, easily the size of a traveler's trunk. Not unmanageable, but definitely more than you'd prefer to lug around. Still, it is surprisingly light considering the number of gemstones worked into the ancient wood. Naturally, those will make it quite valuable, and the strange painted scrawls provoke your interest. Reduce your credit rating by 5. All right, we're back at it. Another poll with a bunch of question marks as the title. There are 2 more things to bid on. We can bid on the bronze crown, The crown and the robe were identified, I believe, as Brahmin priestly attire. Or we can leave. We can quit with what we've won, and we're not worried about it. All right, it's up. 1 minute. Get your votes in. I'm spamming chat with a bunch of question marks. Go, 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 go. Ah. Do it now. Explosions. Get those votes in. You're almost out of time. Ah, there's 10 people who voted. Don't tie it. Someone else. I need someone else to vote. Please, 10 seconds. Vote. Someone break the tie. Don't let it be a tie. Come on. Y'all. Step into my office. Come here. Get out of here. I'm going to roll a d10, and we're going to let the die decide. 1 through 5, we're bidding on the crown. On a 6 through 10, we are leaving. 1, we are bidding on the crown. So Professor Lycan was warning you all, leave the auction before we destroy our credit entirely. But the crown was decided on next. You decide to place a bid on the crown and affix your name and a suitable price to a slip of papier, which finds its way into the box. You wait patiently for Mr. Warren to announce the highest bidder. All right. We had... I promised someone a roll, didn't I? Who did I promise a roll? It wasn't Mage. It was Iron. Was it you, Iron? No, Survival. Survival. I need a 45 or below on a 1d100 roll, please. All right, an 84 is not going to do it. Survival. Will you take the L and leave? With everyone literally mocking and shaming you into oblivion on the internet, which hasn't been invented yet. They're going to post your L everywhere. Do you take the L? Do you want to use a Fickle God's Favor to re-roll the 84 into a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 10 on the D10? Or do you want to burn luck points? Actually, you don't have enough to do that. So, okay, Fickle God Favor, an 84 into an 84. The god is in fact fickle, and we will fail to obtain the crown. You underbid on the item thinking you would be able to score a good deal. Another bidder offered a fairer price, and they walk away with the Indian crown. There is another poll that I'm going to open with a bunch of question marks. It'll be at the top of chat. It's open for 1 minute. Vote, 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 vote. An explosion of question marks. What are we doing? Are we voting on the Brahmin priestly robe? Or are we satisfied with our idol, altar, and cylinders? Get your votes in. Vote now. Vote now. It's 5-4. Robe to leave. Get your votes in. It's very close. 20 seconds. Probably less remain. Vote. Do it. 9 people have voted. Don't tie it, please. Someone else vote. It's 6-6. Stop it. Come on. Someone vote. One through 5, it's robe. 6 through 10, we leave. 7, we leave. All right. We're not interested in bidding on the Brahmin priestly robe, and so we take our things and we get out of here. We make like a tree and get out of here. If you're unable or do not wish to bid on further items, go to 16. Your business here is completed. You see the crowd staring covetously at the newly acquired items, and you spot Amelia looking... By the way, I'm not upset that you all are voting. I'm not at all. I will not lose sleep. I'm not grumpy at anyone, I promise. It's just, come on. Another tie? You see the crowd staring covetously at the newly acquired items, and you spot Amelia looking smug and satisfied with a leather bag full of cash. Mr. Warren begins to clear away the tables while Officer Powell stands by the door and directs people out of the building and into the ever-thickening fog. Though some seem content to stay and socialize, you feel that it would be best to go bed down for the night. While the estate sale seems interesting, you would feel more secure with a roof over your head for the night. You pull someone out of the crowd and inquire as to where you can find a room to rent. You're directed a few blocks into town to a modestly priced hotel a few buildings down from Esbury's police station. As you enter in from the cool night air, you're greeted by the heat of a roaring fire. The small front room feels stuffy and cramped. The bulk of the space is dominated by the large service counter, behind which sits a wiry-looking wisp of a woman. She turns her wide eyes to you and asks your name, then quotes you a price that's more than fair. With the transaction complete, you haul your thin briefcase up the stairs, unpack it, and settle into your room for the night. You wake in the morning, grateful for the rest. You rise from your bed and take in the modest surroundings that make up your room. The furnishings are sparse. A small, poor-quality dresser and a cramped and dusty writing desk tucked in the corner. Sitting atop the desk is a plate of eggs and toast, apparently set out for you by the hotel's owner. The walls are plain and unadorned, save for a single window that faces toward the lake. However, this view is currently blocked by the incredibly thick fog, which has taken on a pale green hue. Your vision is obscured entirely, and you cannot see into the depths of that outlandish green mist. You also notice your personal belongings placed around the room exactly as you left them the night before. After getting dressed and eating the modest breakfast set out for you, you're ready to begin your day. You take a moment to consider what that means for you. Your mind turns to Professor Harris. If you're so inclined, you might be able to investigate the circumstances of his death further. Considering that you don't have his widow Amelia's address, you would have to start your search with the official report filed with Officer Powell at the police station. Alternatively, you could take this free time to look through your belongings and examine any items you might have. The hotel owner has been in your room, so a check of your things might be in order, or perhaps you have some other reason to look over your possessions. Finally, if you feel that your business in Esbury is concluded, you could always try to find Lance Sanford at the ferry. Hi, Bluejoy! Well, Bluejoy, you are welcome to lend your voice to our very next poll. Do we want to go to police station for the records of the murdered professor? I'm sorry, the self-deleted professor? Look over our items in our hotel room, or go to the ferry to try and leave. 1 minute. Get your votes in. Get your votes in chat. Have a good night, Mage. What's it going to be? About 30 seconds remain. 6 people have voted. 7 people have voted. Get your votes in now. What's in the box? Yep. Lock in what you'd like. 10 people have voted. Almost out of time. All right. 9-2. Look over our items. Okay. Let's check out our items. See if the willowy, wispy woman with wide eyes did anything besides bring us a breakfast while we were sleeping. Oh, you know what? If we're in a hotel room here, we'll do this one. There was the lack of a tie. You are absolutely correct, Tony. Not that I was upset before. I wasn't upsetty spaghetti. But now I ain't even mad. A cursory inspection of your personal belongings reveals that nothing is amiss. All of your possessions are just as you left them. While you're here looking things over, you can take this opportunity to more closely scrutinize items bought at the estate sale. Alternatively, you may leave and go explore elsewhere if your curiosity is satisfied. Now, we don't have the gurnal, we do have the cylinders, and we do have the altar and the idol. So, we have options. What would you like to inspect? The cylinders, the altar, the idol, go to police station, go to the ferry. The poll is now open. Get your votes in. It's a bunch of question marks. And the question marks... The question marks, they'll look like that. A question mark. What do? Lock in your vote. 8 people have voted. Examine the cylinders, examine the altar, examine the idol, go to police station, go to the ferry. It's currently 3-3-1-1. Someone break the tie, please. Get your votes in. Vote now. Vote, 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 vote. Please, someone else vote. Thank you. Thank you. All right, examine the idol wins 6-4-1-1. Examining the idol. It's good fun, Professor. It's fine. You look the idol over. It is made of a sea green stone and chiseled in the likeness of a water lizard of some sort. The sculpture is grotesque and hideous, and the very depiction of the lizard-like creature unnerves you. Still, the work is extremely well preserved and unquestionably ancient. You feel uncomfortable staring at the alien-looking thing for long, so you stow it away under the bed and out of sight. Enable channel points will guarantee that there are ties, and it will be ties at like 100, 100, 100, 100. All right, another poll is open. Get your votes in. Do it now. About 40 seconds remain. Vote. Do you want to examine the altar, examine the cylinders, go to the police station, or go to the ferry dock? Tell me what you want. Shout it out from the highest mountains. Shout it out. Hear what you say. Shout it out through the hills and valleys. Let me know what you decide today. Altars at 1, cylinders at 7, police stations at 1. With 9 votes, examine the cylinders. You turn the hardened clay cylinders over in your hands, your eyes falling on the large cracks running through both items. Despite this damage, their solid construction has led to the cylinder's survival throughout the ages. The next most obvious quality is the strange writing plastered along the sides of each cylinder. It's quite remarkable in that it doesn't resemble any language known to you. Unfortunately, you have no way of translating it. Take care, Blue Joy. All right, here we go. Chat, are you surviving against the tide, chat? Can you successfully survive against the tide? The new poll is now open. Even more question mark emotes. Hi, Craigar. What will it be? Vote now. Less than 30 seconds remain. Ah! Examine the altar, go to the police station, or leave for the ferry dock. Vote, vote, vote. Get it in. Come on. Lock it in. It was close, 4-3. Examine the altar. You examine the extraordinary altar. The most readily apparent feature beyond its size are the many gemstones set into its surface. They are of a greenish yellow color and shine even in the half light of the room. You also notice strange lettering written in broad strokes along the object's side. The symbols are smeared and sloppily done, suggesting they were written with some haste. What you had originally taken for paint is, upon closer examination, dried blood. Dun dun dun! And of course, Belladonna shows up just in time. Is she a suspect, everyone? While you cannot be certain, it would appear that this item has been involved in some tragedy. Belladonna, did you hold a large wooden idol above your head and throw it at your enemy, as per Zelda in the new game? All right, we have 2 other courses of action. Get your votes in. Do it now. One-minute timer. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? You want to go to the police station, or do you want to go to the ferry docks? About 30 seconds remain. 3 of you have voted. 24 are watching. I need you all. Vote more. Come on, don't wait till the end. Get your votes in. Do you want to go to the police station to look at records of the deceased professor? Or do you want to go to the ferry docks and hopefully just return back to Miskatonic? 4 of you have voted. Come on, vote, vote. Come on. Do it. 5 votes. Oh, democracy dies in darkness. All right. Go to the police station with 3 votes. Let's do it. You step out into the greenish mist. You feel it clinging tightly to you as you make your way the short distance to the police station. Upon entering the small brick building, you are struck with a sense of claustrophobia. The walls here are uncomfortably close together, and space is tight. Crammed into the tiny structure are a large desk, several filing cabinets, and a few chairs. A closet-sized holding cell with iron bars sits at the rear of the room. Behind the large desk is Officer Powell, smoking a cigar with his feet propped up on the table. His coat is unbuttoned, and his hat lies on top of a stack of papers next to a battered old revolver. He opens one eye and frowns at you, sighing through his cigar as he straightens himself up to look presentable. If you're bothering me right now, I'm going to assume this is important. You mention that you would like to see the police report for Professor William Harris's death, to which he replies with a snort. You have no business dealing with that, and even if you did, this is my jurisdiction. Shove off and leave me in peace. He doesn't seem cooperative, but perhaps you could convince him that you have some special circumstance that warrants you looking through his files. Make a fast talk roll. Wolf Queen Belladonna. We have a what do we have? A 5% chance. Roll a 20 on a d20 effectively. I need you to type exclamation point 1d100 Wolf Queen Belladonna. Can we fast talk our way to see the the examination report of 42. Now, Belladonna, you can take the L. I guess you technically have enough luck. You can burn a bunch of luck for this, or we have 6 fickle god favors, and you would need to get a 10 on a D10, so it's a 10% chance to get a victory. What would you like to do? Take the L? All right. 5 favors remain. Roll 1d10 in chat. Nope, it's either 42 or 62, and neither are what we need. You try to convince the officer that you have a particularly good reason for needing to access the file, but he simply doesn't care. Scram, stranger, you're ruining my smoke. If you want to dig at the dead guy, go bother his widow. Her place is over on the north side of town, right next to the church. Can't damn well miss it. Officer Powell will be of no more help at this time. A new poll opens in chat with a bunch of question marks at the top. One minute, get your votes in. There we go. Get the votes in, get the votes in. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Do we want to go talk to the... Now, if it means anything to you, Belladonna, Widow Senpai noticed us at the auction because we smooched her hand, and she kind of gave a, oh, you, maybe talk to me later. I don't know if that will do anything or affect anything, but she did take a shine to us. Get your votes in, not much time. 6-1, only 7 people have voted. All right, go to the Harris house. Mysteriously, I can't click on it. You walk into town toward the Harris address. Even knowing the location, it's difficult for you to find your way due to your unfamiliarity with the town and the density of the peculiar green mist. As a result, it's some time before you arrive at the Harris house. Pardon. As you approach the building, a man steps out of the fog, blocking your path. He is young and thin, with rather angular features and the faint hint of a mustache atop his lip. He's dressed in a dark suit and stares at you from beneath the flat cap. You're an unwelcome surprise. I don't know what you're looking for, but you won't find it here. Your eyes betray you as you glance at the Harris house. The man scowls visibly. Why don't you leave the poor widow alone, you creep? If you want to bother her, you're going to have to go through old Joshua here, capiche? His hand brushes beneath his coat as if searching for something, but then he stops himself. He pauses for a moment, looking you over once more, before spitting on the ground at your feet and walking away. Hey, Down to Die, good to see ya. If you're lurking and you want to participate in what happens next, you're welcome to do that, Down to Die. So, our 3 choices. Call out to Joshua, who is the young angular man with the gun. Go to Harris house. Or return to hotel. Vote. Get it. Do it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. All right, there you go. There's 9. Vote. Look at all the question marks. They're everywhere. Ah, do it. What is the fate going to be? Do we call out to the man who seems to want to protect the house? Maybe? But left us alone. Do you just want to go to back to the hotel? Or do you want to just skip Joshua, skip the hotel, and go to the Harris house? Get your votes in. Go talk to the dame, says Afterfov. All right, 6-2-1, Harris House Hotel, Joshua. All right, here we go. We're making our way in the world today, and I hear it takes everything you got. Despite Joshua's urgings, you feel compelled to speak to Amelia yourself. You approach the front of the house and note your surroundings. The house's exterior hints at the wealth of the occupants, but then again, so do most places in town. Directly across from the residence is a small church whose religious iconography seems to have inspired the Harrises in design of their own home. A bronze cross hangs over the front door, and decorative columns line the outside walls of the two-story house. All in all, the architectural style is somewhat Baroque, complete with a pair of carved angels lounging beneath the eaves that are just visible through the strange haze. You knock on the door and wait in the mist for a few moments, hoping for someone to hear you. Eventually, much to your relief, the widow Amelia answers the door. She's wearing a bright red dress, which accents her deep crimson lipstick. She appears to have taken great care over her appearance. She flashes you a smile and invites you inside. The house opens into a large foyer, and you see various crates and bundles stacked high along the walls. Just selling off a few of the more common things. Mind the mess, the porter hasn't come for it yet. She takes you by the hand to lead you past the stacks of items, helping you to pick your way through the deceased Professor Harris's assembled possessions. She takes you into a small drawing room full of antique furniture and offers you some coffee. After settling in and exchanging a few well-mannered pleasantries, you ask in more detail about the late Professor Harris. Amelia sighs theatrically and looks down at her hands. I can't imagine what you want to ask about, William. I found him in this study with the gun still in his mouth. What more could you want to know? Make a psychology roll. Who hasn't rolled in a while? Who out there hasn't rolled at all? Or who hasn't rolled in a while? Kragar, are you here? I don't know. Kragar might still be out. You haven't rolled in a while? All right, Professor Lycan. Oh, hang on, Professor. Kragar hasn't rolled at all yet. He's been too busy and too good for us. No, Kragar. Exclamation point 1D100. Hurry up so you can get back to living life. Come on. You need a 55 or lower. 34 will do it. Man, both successes on the widow this time. Has fate been altered? Let's find out what this reveals. You don't know why you hadn't realized it before. Selling all of his things, adopting such a flirty demeanor, dismissing questions about her husband's death. Amelia doesn't seem too broken up about her husband passing. She's hiding something. You'd bet your career on it. You suspect she's involved in Professor Harris's death in some form or another. You open your mouth, prepared to call her bluff, and press her for more information, but you're interrupted by a loud knock at the door. Amelia jumps up, startled, and stands there for a moment in confusion as the pounding on the door resumes. Police, open the door! Amelia's face drains white as she goes to answer the knock. Your gut tells you something is wrong here. You feel uneasy about the officer at the door. You tell yourself you're being irrational and on edge. But you have some trouble fighting that feeling. You have a few precious moments to react. Your two options, and in fact, hang on. I should have a good, good music for something like this. There we go. You have a few precious moments. Chat, get ready to vote on what happens next. Do you ignore your instincts and wait where you're at, or do you attempt to hide? Vote now. Vote, 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 vote. Come on. Do it. What are you waiting for? Are you scared? Are you chicken? What's going on? Come on, chat. What's happening? Are you yeller? Vote. Get your votes in. Only 7 of you have done it. There's 30 seconds remaining. Do we hide or do you ignore your instincts and wait? Come on. Vote. Vote, 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 vote. 8 of you have voted. It's 4 and 4. You're better than this. Come on, chat. Vote. Do it. Now, now, now. Stop waiting for the last second. One through 5, ignore instincts and wait. 5 through 10 is hide. Hide wins. I need a stealth roll. Wolf Queen Belladonna. We have... Hang on. We have a 20% chance at this. Belladonna, please roll. Oh, is Lycan? Professor Lycan. Professor Lycan, roll. Yeah, you get next roll. 1d100. We need 20 or below. Well, you must. Step up, Professor Lycan. $21. Professor Lycan, do you want to take the L? Do you want to burn 1 luck? Or do you want to use a fickle god's favor and get a 1 or a 10 on a D10? Let's use the luck. We're down to 33 luck, turning a 21 into a 20. We succeed and go to 98. Your hunches are never wrong. Whatever that officer is here for, you don't want any part of it. Glancing around, you weigh your options. You decide to creep toward Amelia and Officer Powell, positioning yourself behind a stack of items that are waiting for the porter. Neither of them seems to notice you as they rush past your hiding place, giving you a clear line to the door. Alternatively, now might be a good time to explore the house. While there is the risk of discovery, it's not as if you have anything to lose by snooping around somewhere you weren't supposed to be. For a brief moment, your gaze wanders to the staircase opposite the entryway. The bedrooms and study are likely up there, and you might be able to find some valuable information. Your choices, chat. Make your escape or explore the upstairs. Vote. Do it now. Get her done. There we go. And explosions? Why, yes. Let's have some explosions. Explosions? Vote. What are we doing? Are we escaping? Or are we exploring? Vote. What is it going to be? Come on, vote, vote, vote. There's 26 of you. Click on the little poll. Get your voice heard. Explore the upstairs wins 4-3. All right, let's do it. I don't know what's going to happen. I seriously don't. I have not read ahead in this. I bought my whole seat, but I'm only using the edge, okay? Here we go. Explore the upstairs, go to 110. You turn your attention to the set of stairs opposite the entrance. You ascend the staircase and see two doors, one to either side of you. The door to your left is slightly ajar and no doubt leads to the bedroom. By a process of elimination, the door to your right must lead to the study. It seems to be locked and you don't have a key. With enough time, you might be able to get the door open, but it would probably be unwise to spend too long trying, since someone may come to investigate. Your choices. Enter the bedroom that is open. We can try to enter the study with a locksmith roll. Now, we do have a 50 on locksmith. If you fail this roll, you may attempt to push it and roll again, but if you fail a second time, there will be greater consequences. And if you push the roll and succeed, then there's that. So, there are two options at this point. Here we go. Big question marks at the top of chat. Enter the bedroom. No check. Whoop. That doesn't require a check. Or do we enter the study? Vote, 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 vote. Ah! Do it now. Click the button. Participate. Or else. In fact, now that we're sneaking, there's like a mansion heist soundtrack. Get your votes in. 2 to 6. We can enter the bedroom for free, or we can try a locksmith. All right, you all chose to enter the study. All right, Belladonna. We need a 50. We need a 50 or lower on a D100. Wolf Queen Belladonna, are you there? Can I get a percentile roll? We have lost Belladonna. Survival, percentile, please. We need a 50 or below. $20. 20 is a success. And what awaits us in the study? We're going to find out after a break. Because I need to refresh myself. This is empty. I need to stretch because it's been a little over an hour. And we will come back and find out what is in Professor Harris's study in 5-10 minutes. Okay, everyone? Hold on tight.